The first thing the woman did upon being reborn was slap her sister. Then she set up a ring, intending to publicly beat her scumbag husband. It turned out that the woman had originally been a female boxing champion, but in her previous life, she died early from cancer. On her deathbed, she entrusted her husband to take care of their daughter. Unexpectedly, after marrying her sister, he showed no concern for his daughter from then on. Her identity as a female boxing champion was even taken over by her sister. Enraged, she immediately tried to strike him. As a result, she passed right through the man's body. Thus, she could only watch as her daughter was framed by her sister, powerless to help. What made it worse was that the man still refused to protect their daughter. In the end, because she received no care, the daughter died of long-term malnutrition. Using the last of her consciousness, she threw 10,000 punches at him daily, all for the sake of one day being able to beat him mercilessly. Perhaps heaven could not bear to watch, and granted her a return to a year before she was diagnosed with cancer. Staring at her vile mother-in-law and husband, the woman was about to teach them a lesson. At that moment, her sister came over and taunted her, calling her old and ugly, saying she was only fit to wash clothes and cook meals at home. Hearing this, the woman flew into a rage. She tore off her apron and ran upstairs. The mother-in-law claimed that even if she wore a formal dress, she'd still look like a maid. But to everyone's surprise, the next second the woman emerged. In this life, she would no longer be a housewife. Instead, she would reclaim her title as boxing champion. Punch by punch, she would beat her husband and reclaim the honor that belonged to her. Seeing her looking quite beautiful in her formal dress, her sister seethed with anger, but the mother-in-law still looked down on her. She declared that her son was a famous boxing champion, and her sister was a female boxing champion who had retired years ago. Even if she had become beautiful after dressing up, she still didn't deserve her son. At that moment, the man demanded that she take off her dress and apologize to her sister. Otherwise, he would divorce her. Unexpectedly, she simply threw a divorce agreement at him. He picked up the papers from the floor, and said he would not be intimidated by her. He claimed that years ago he had married her only because he saw some use in her. Just as he was about to continue insulting her, their daughter rushed over to protect her mother, refusing to let her father insult mommy again. Overjoyed to see her daughter once more after being reborn, the woman was overwhelmed with emotion. In her last life, her daughter had always loved her father, but now the daughter defended her mother with all her might. The man had hoped the daughter would persuade her mother to give up her idea of divorce, but the daughter said that it was the right choice for her mother to divorce her father. The woman was deeply moved when she heard this. She promised that in the future she would give her daughter a better life. No sooner had she spoken than she fainted to the floor. She was taken to the hospital for treatment and found to have a stomach ailment. The man, worried that her surgery would cost more money, began complaining in front of his daughter. The daughter declared that her mother's illness was all her father's fault. This statement infuriated him. He raised his hand, about to discipline his daughter. Suddenly, the woman emerged from the doctor's office and stopped him. The doctor said her stomach issue was minor and did not require surgery. Upon hearing this, the sister accused her of deliberately causing them trouble. The woman immediately slapped her sister. Seeing this, the man was livid. The sister even feigned kindness, claiming she didn't want them to argue because of her. He intended to take their daughter home, but the daughter decided that from then on she would live with her mother. Seeing that he refused to consent, the woman proposed a boxing match between them. Whoever won would gain custody of their daughter.